Alright guys, here we go. It's time for a best-of-5 series of professional StarCraft 2. I was thinking about organizing some show matches myself as well a couple of days ago. And I figured, what about doing some show matches with a bit of a twist? So, rather than doing your regular good old game of Terran versus Zerg, what about we have the players switching races instead? So I guess it's still technically a Terran versus Zerg, but it works out a little bit differently. So first off, spotting right here in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackburn in this best-of-5 series, playing with the blue Terran SCVs, we have the current world champion of StarCraft 2, and his name is Reynor, although apparently in this particular game, his nickname is Built Differently. I guess that's the idea anyways. His opponent, in the bottom right, playing with the red Zerg drones from France. You may have already recognized little Clem right there on the main, I guess, hatchery. This feels weird, man. We're looking at none other than Team Liquid. Clem's main hatch. I know. Let me just turn on my health bars real quick. Make sure that everything is ready to go. Alrighty. So I have no idea how good these guys are at playing their off races. Obviously Terran, or Clem rather. Usually a Terran player, now playing with Zerg. And Reynor, usually a Zerg player, now playing with Terran. I asked if they wanted to play a best-of-5 series, and I decided to put some money of myself on the line as well. So it's going to be 200 euro for the winner of this best-of-5, and 100 euro for the player that loses. Although I guess that's a win for everyone, including the viewers as well. So it should be really fun. I was a little bit concerned that we're just going to see like 3 cheeses straight up in a row, but at the very least so far, things seem to be relatively normal. Are you guys saying hi to YouTube? Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, of course, I am also casting this while the games are going on. Live on Twitch. Should be good. If Reynor loses this, he can always go into casting. True, dude. I did cast a bunch of games with Reynor at Stay at Home Story Cup. Quite a few, actually. A lot of fun. Anyway, so far, very normal games. Now, I know that a lot of the pro players do like to warm up using their off races, and they like to play a little bit of their off races in general. Now, I know that that Clem is very good at playing Protoss. I don't really know exactly how good a Zerg is, so I guess we're gonna find out. And I know that Reynor, who confusingly enough decided to play on his Build Differently account, so it like confuses everyone even a little bit more. Anyways, I know that he's good at playing Terran as well. So I don't know. Anyways, they were just talking about it as well. Right before this game started on Discord, Reynor said, if you decide to play lurkers, you're a coward. Reynor was, or Clem rather, was trying to figure out what the 5th map in this series would be, because he forgot apparently that Hardwire was a map. Things are already off to a great start. I, by the way, wanted to organize this show match, fun story, a little bit earlier on into the day, so I suggested... Oh my god. Great Reaper control right there by the world champ. I suggested 3 PM. And, I mean, I know that Clem likes to wake up pretty late. But I didn't realize that it was that late. Apparently 3 PM is too early to organize a show match. Like 3 PM for Clem's time, right? Apparently that's a little bit too early. Clem, in general, doesn't play any StarCraft apparently before about 4. Maybe 5 PM. That's not time zone related. That is just Clem related. Anyways, Clem so far at the very least not being BM about the whole scenario. I do feel like if he would have given a Reaper like that to Reynor, there would have probably been at least a couple of dots in the chat already. But so far, things are relatively mannered. So what build do we have? Pretty standard start here. Reynor going around, snatching one of those creep tumors. Nicely done. But pretty normal builds here. Going for the orbital command first. Just a bit of a later barracks right over there, but all things considered, shouldn't be the end of the world. There's barracks number 3 going up as well. Clem coming in with the sick Overlord Scout. I have no idea what to expect from this one. What do you guys think? What do you think the score is going to be? 3-1 or 3-2 is the easy answer, right? But for whom? It's a lot of Hellions here. It's a best-of-5. So a 2-1 would be 3-2 Clem. Alright. Couple of drones here going down. Not losing any of those Hellions. Not bad whatsoever. By the way, if you are watching this on YouTube as well, I already put out a community post recently as well on the channel. If you have any suggestions for other show match rules that I could start up, or like other, you know, rules for show matches that you would like to see, let me know. I was thinking about doing some Archon mode, maybe some 2 versus 2, maybe some games with, you know, the ×2 speed mod, or maybe like half speed mod, just to like change things around a little bit. But if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. I'm thinking about it for a little bit already. I just reached out to the 2 people that I figured would probably be interested in doing this one. But yeah, if you have anything in particular. No expend 1v1. Yeah, maybe like 10 minutes, no rush. Half speed would be quite miserable for some of these matchups, I agree. Have them, or force the participants to play on a controller, an Xbox controller. You know what? Clem, almost getting the surround there. It feels really weird as a commentator too. I didn't think about that. Clem though, almost getting the Hellions surrounded. There you go. Almost the correct sentence there. Feels weird to have Reynor control the Hellions and Clem apparently control the Zerglings here. Either way, Clem is pulling a Reynor by getting the surround on the Hellions and removing those out of the equation. But built differently here is already making that transition towards bio. Now the question is, how good is Reynor's micro going to be against Banelings on creep? Because the creep spread here is looking pretty solid already. And that is a skill that most Terran players seem to acquire over years and years and years of practice. Then again, obviously, both of these guys are ridiculously quick. Baneling speed only about halfway done at this point. Also, I wonder if Reynor is rapid-firing Stimpeg. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these buttons, a lot of the Zerg players, they do like to have their rapid-fire hotkey set up for loads of different keys. Rapid-firing things like Stimpeg wouldn't be particularly useful. Anyways, he's gonna go into the main base. At the same time, Zergling run by over here. But that one will be defended. This is actually a proper high-level game, all things considered, though. Nothing too crazy going on here. Target firing down the Banelings as well, getting on out of there. Through the slowing circles, so he decided to pick up nice and early. 4th base done. 5th base coming up as well. It's a golden expo here. So far, Clem doesn't have a whole lot of workers just yet. Probably wants to increase that amount, but needs to be cautious. Alright, interception over here as well by Reynor. This is a pretty scary army at this point, though. +2/+2 coming up. 1-1 just about to finish as well here for Clem. It's weird for me to like click on the Zerg's upgrades and then realize it's Clem. Obviously, these two have played against each other many, many, many times. Ooh, very ambitious little drop over here. Not like this, though. Okay. Widow Mines. Oof. So far, this is actually a good game. I was a little concerned it was just going to be super one-sided and maybe even very cheesy. Alright, that was like the first proper error. And maybe macro-wise, this is not as clean as it could be. Don't know what this is going to do, though. Not entirely sure what Reynor is doing over here. Alright, maybe over here makes a little bit more sense. Zerglings and Banelings coming up. There are Widow Mines in loads of locations, though, so I don't think this is going to be enough, although that was a kill on the command center. It's like they're playing each other's playstyles. Right? Like, this is kind of what Clem likes to do when he plays Terran. And this is also what Reynor likes to do when he plays Zerg. Hive can be coming up here very soon for Clem. Wouldn't be surprised at all if he decides to go into those lurkers. Even though Reynor told him he was a coward if he decided to make that transition. It's very good, man. They kind of function like siege tanks, I suppose. Anyways, one of the Widow Mines, or sorry, one of the Medivacs there does end up going down. Tried to pick up as many of those units as possible, but I think all you're gonna get is another dead Medivac. Okay. Gold base was also denied here for a little while. But obviously, we also saw the 4th command center going down. There's the 2nd factory already coming up too. Gonna go for the drilling claws upgrade while simultaneously making some siege tanks. A dead effect? There you go. Widow Mine drop. Slow medevac drop though, so nothing all too terrifying. Oh god, this one could deal a little bit more damage, but luckily there for Clem, there were a few overseers nearby. What's funny as well, right? If these guys would have been playing like a matchup that... Well, I guess it's not really possible. But if they were to be playing like a Protoss versus Protoss, that's probably a matchup they're not all too familiar with. But obviously they know this matchup very well from the other perspective. So their game knowledge is still absolute top tier. It's just the execution that might be a little bit different. I don't know exactly how good they would be in a PvP. That would be kind of fun too, actually. Having them participate in a Protoss versus Protoss. Although, again, I feel like that's gonna make a lot of the games end very, very early on. There's no way this is enough bio right now. Get out of here. Oh my god. Okay. What was even happening? I have no idea. There was some hold positioning there. In the end, though, most of that blue Terran army did disappear. No medevac over here anymore to save those Marines either. They did ambitiously start shooting at the hatchery. But that wasn't quite enough. Alright, so no 2-2 started up here for Clem. Hive did start up, but as far as I can tell... Okay, there's 2-2. As far as I can tell, there is no Hydra Den and no Lurker Den because of that either. So, I guess that this is going to be an Ultra switch here eventually. Reynor, though, just simply building up a ton of Marine Marauder medevac and going for the 3-3 upgrades, slowly pushing back the creep. He's currently advancing towards the Natural Expo right here of the Zerg. Yeah, Clem's supply is very worrisome here for sure. For the unit composition that he's playing, he doesn't have that much economy. I guess he does have the gold base taken. But it's literally just Lingbane with some Queen support for now, right? So he's attempting a couple of run-bys here and there, but with good positioning, it looks like there may have been a pretty big Baneling explosion over here as well. These Widow Mines are getting some good hits in. With good positioning on those, a lot of those Lingbane run-bys can be negated. There's the Ultra Cavern indeed coming up. Just that Ultras take a very long time to get out. Okay, he does get a decent enough detonation, but Reynor is baiting his opponent deep off of the creep. Even a couple of Liberators come up here too. He does have a lot of money in the bank. Doesn't need to start up any sort of ghost transitions just yet either, although he could already start up the Academy, I suppose. Either way, I think he's just looking to win at this point right here, right now. GG. Reynor wins game number 1. Reynor is saying, these really are crazy. The mines. They seem to do a lot. Alrighty. Game number 2. We're on Glittering Ashes. Reynor got a little bit of trash talking out of the way in between the matches. That's good. Always important. Make sure your opponent's morale doesn't get too high. Now, obviously, these guys, they play against each other very regularly. How often do you think they've played against each other, actually? Looks like we once again have relatively normal starts. Pick a number. How many times do you think they've played against each other historically? How many times? Give me a number in the chat. I've got it right here. Since 2016, which is apparently the first time they played, they have played in 77 tournament matches. Clem winning 110 maps, Reynor winning 134 maps. It's quite a lot. Especially since the majority of that is in like the last 3 years. Yeah, that does not include ladder plays and all that. I don't really know exactly how often these guys play ladder in the first place. I'm sure they've met on the ladder as well, but... That does not include all the maps that they've ever played against each other, but it's still a pretty respectable amount. This just feels weird to me, man. I've casted so many like Clem games over the years, and it's always the little polar bear spinning around on a command center. This is wrong. Something's terribly off here. Anyways. The Mlem, yeah. Team Clem. Or wait, no. Clen Mlem Liquid Clem. Yeah, there it is. Clen Mlem Liquid Clem. It's just a tongue twister. If you ever need to do like vocal warm-up exercises. Team Clen or Clen Mlem Liquid. See, it works like a charm. Very good stuff. Anyways. This is a very large map, of course. Neither player really having Well, you can go for very high aggression, I suppose. You can definitely play some cheeky builds on a map like this, too. Obviously, this is not a super serious event whatsoever, so... I mean, there's money on the line, of course, but... I wouldn't mind seeing some memeier builds, too. For example, I would like to see how good... Oh, God. Getting this around almost there with the link. I would like to see how good... the battlecruiser control would be. That would be kind of fun, right? I would also like to see maybe like a roach push or something along those lines, especially when you lose the Reaper like that. Just letting you know I don't need it. That's where you know you're dealing with a confident Terran player. When they just give you the Reaper 2 games in a row. Anyways, starport is coming up. Third hatchery about halfway done as well. It is very nice to have, of course. Did he just cancel the reactor? I don't know if he realized he canceled the reactor. Nah, he's just going for a marine first, I guess. Anyways. Could definitely be a battlecruiser start if he really wants to. I think it's actually decent enough on this map too, just because it's so huge. Okay, it's gonna be a Liberator instead. Obviously, the problem, right, when you lose that Reaper is that you can't get a proper follow-up scout in, so it's very difficult to know exactly what's actually happening. 2 Hellions, though, going across the map, killing 1 creep tumor. Nicely done. Zerglings in the natural also cleaned up, and I think they only got a single work kill there in total, so nothing all too crazy. There goes the 4-minute Overlord scout once again. Alright. I guess he really wanted to make sure that that was in the perfect position. It came at the cost of 100 minerals. Maybe he was just making 100% sure that his opponent knew he was confident about, you know, this particular match. But I feel like giving up the Reaper and cancelling your 3rd command center might not necessarily be ideal. Ah, it's fine. Oh. Feels bad, doesn't it? Okay, we're gonna go for the triple Rex right here once again. Followed up with a couple of Medivacs, and then, of course, that Stimpak. Combat Shield probably won't be too far behind either. I'm expecting 1-1 upgrades relatively soon, too. He tried maybe going... Oh, God. Oh, God. Clem! You don't want to see it, huh? You really don't want to see it. I mean, don't get me wrong. That drone is looking very... very impressive. It's the Chad drone. There you go. It's the Chad drone. You gotta try and follow his lead, but definitely not the amount of resources you want to lose there. So far, though, this game is doing definitely a little bit better here. For the Frenchman. The French Terran player. Now playing Zerg. Even catching all of the Hellions? Yeah, I think so. Ooh. A Queen Surround off creep against Hellions. Not something we normally see. I thought for a second he was gonna like build a creep tumor in the spot where the hatchery later on would come up. It's one of the things that I do wrong all the time in my own games. It's one of the worst feelings ever when you try to put down a hatchery and you build a creep tumor in it. I think that this one was fine though. Assuming the little doodad is okay. Anyways, there's the upgrades coming up once again for Clem. He did go for the lair first, so very quick baneling nest and baneling speed here for him. This does mean that he won't be having his upgrades nearly as quickly. But I think they're just going for a similar approach as they did in the previous game. It's just that this map obviously is much larger. And it's not as easy to push on when you do get that advantage. Okay, big Zergling run by right now instead of the Natural Expo 2. Right at that point, Reynor is going for a drop on the other side of the map. I feel like he could continue fighting here, but he's a little bit concerned about needing those Zerglings at home instead. Probably could have done a little bit more damage there. I wouldn't have minded seeing those links going a little bit further. 1-1 isn't done yet for Terran either. So, I think those links could have definitely packed a punch. Either way, ooh, one of the Medivacs going out. You got a boost, man. Oh, no, boost is actually on cooldown. No, don't rally. Don't rally. Okay. The rally point is going a little bit wrong there. 3rd command center, though, coming up. Clem making the executive decision. He's already, like, looking much better than he did in the previous game. It's kind of funny. He hasn't played a whole lot of Zerg recently, I'm sure. But this game already seems to be a little bit higher level. Yeah, very significant advantage right now for the Frenchman, but obviously Terran versus Zerg is not a matchup that you can just go and win. Reynor's going to start picking up the pace here as well with some multitasking. Drops on the right side of the map too. While simultaneously, obviously, dealing some damage there in the main base. Okay, I was going to say, where'd the medevac go? Just being a jerk, just being as annoying as possible. Bailing speed, though, being done. Very nice. Good targeting there as well by Reynor. Bailing speed, though, at this point, it's done, and it's going to make the defense quite a bit more straightforward. Is this live? Yes. Unless you're watching this in the future, then no. But currently, it's live. I'm not casting this from replays, though. So I have no idea who ends up winning this either. Because it hasn't happened yet. Alright. Clem once again sitting on 69 workers. It is pretty nice, but it's not quite enough. I think when playing this sort of Link Bane style, you really do want to add on a couple more than that. The problem is when you're even in eco. I mean, this is only a triple CC play here from Reynor as well, right? So he's actually going very aggressively with the army that he's got. Very late 4th command center if he even plans on going for one. So he's got 5 barracks right now. I mean, he could certainly afford it. There's the 4th CC. Yeah, he's just late on it. I was thinking maybe he wanted to go for a push, but ooh. Both players just a little bit late on the macro there. All good. There's the drilling claws upgrade coming up. There's a supply block as well, already done. Supply depots do actually take a while to build. It's I didn't realize this until not that long ago, but apparently supply depots take longer to build than overlords and pylons. Why? I don't know. Has anyone ever explained why that is? Does anyone know? Oh god. I have no idea. I think if Clem would have had 80 drones here, this would have looked way better for him. I guess he doesn't have that many mineral patches to mine from either. Yeah, maybe that's why you have the ability to make the little supply depot hats, right? Using the orbital commands, but for some reason it's out of line compared to the other 2 races in the game. Always thought it was a little bit funny. Yeah, so despite the advantage that Clem had here earlier on... Oh, god, okay. Very, very good bailing hits there. A couple of decent Widowmine shots as well, though, but I think that's definitely an advantage right here for the Zerg. His upgrades are very late, which I don't really like. And obviously, he doesn't have that many workers. So these sort of fights can go south very quickly. He's retargeting with the Widowmines. These sort of fights can go wrong very quickly against those sort of Widowmine-based armies, right? Like, you can accidentally lose this force once, and with this amount of drones, it's not like you can easily replace it. Okay, good splits right there by the Frenchman. There's so many Widowmines everywhere, though. Yeah, Reynor's found the Widowmine hotkey. Oh, going full, going full Servo over here with the micro. Splitting off one of the drones and then running it forward. I feel like there is a chance for this to be overwhelmed right now, though. There's Bailings. There's Bailings. Oh, God. That always happens with bailing mines, it seems. Units just barely don't go in the right spot. Couple of units burrowed all over the map. Okay, so 4 CC play right here for Reynor. In the meantime, by the way, Clem did go all the way up to 84, which is nice. +2/+2, about halfway done. It's about the same time as 3-3, it seems, for Reynor. Okay, not quite, but it's not that far off. Planetary, though, is going to finish up here in the center of the map very soon. And at this point, obviously, all of those Widowmines, once again, if their shots available, he decides to just go in. He doesn't have that much money, though. I guess the Planetary will end up going down here, but that is a very expensive set of Zerg units. Then again, it's not like Terran's eco here is that amazing either. A lot of SCVs also are going down. Alright, now the follow-up comes here for Clem, though. He's going straight into the Ultralisks. Probably one of the worst Zerg units overall, but also one of the easiest to control. Which is one of the reasons why I personally like playing it quite a bit. It wasn't scouted here, but already Reynor did make a transition towards Liberators of his own. So now there's Zerglings basically burrowed in every location. This is the old main base of the Terran player. So just triple Terran CC at this point, which really isn't that much. Ultras in general do very well against these like low economy Terran armies, because eventually, right, if he doesn't get more bases up, if he doesn't get more economy up, Terran can really only afford marine-based armies, and at that point, Ultras are absolutely amazing. It's just that if there's, for example, a bunch of Liberators out and a bunch of Ghosts out, the games become significantly harder. Reynor right now, though, stimming forward, trying to get some work done. 3-3 just about to finish up. This fight taking place right before those upgrades are done. It's one of the rookie mistakes in StarCraft 2, but hey, it's favoring Clem right here, and considering Reynor is currently 1-0 up, I think that's okay. And there's a lot of queens available as well from the early game still. But this choke point over here, yeah, is not very good Ultralisk terrain. Okay, so Adrenal Glands was made. He's thinking about going 3-3 upgrades at this point as well, but at the very least he had the Evo selected there for a little bit. Doesn't have the money for it. I think fighting in this choke point is exactly what Reynor wants, though, so I like the idea here. Although already, Widow Mines getting some good hits in. Still, it should be a good couple of SCVs going down. Yeah, not bad whatsoever. Liberators in the middle of the map, though. Not really a whole lot of units available for them to be countered at this point. So there's 4 of them in total. Wouldn't be surprised to see a couple more coming up in a little bit. There is a Spire now building as well here for for Clem. Clem's playing Zerg, Lowko. Clem's playing Zerg. There is a Spire coming up for him, so eventually I guess he's going to be able to get some Corruptors. For now, though, it's mostly just the Queens ready to deal with those Lips. Ultralisk speed upgrade coming up as well. So far, the fights haven't really taken place off creep, but I guess it is something that's going to be helpful a little while later on. Yeah, Clem is the one playing Zerg, right? Okay. Just to make it extra confusing for myself, too. Alright. Clem once again down to 69 workers. I know you guys are going to say that's nice, but at this point for Zerg, that's really not that nice. No, guys, I'm telling you, it's not. No, it's really not. At this point, you're no. Maybe it's just his favorite number. That could be. But you're really looking for about 80 to 90 at least here. So he's added on a couple more. All right. Okay, there's the Corruptors coming up. Widow Mines randomly burrowed. I actually like the fact that he hasn't lost, like, huge chunks of units, though. Okay, it's not ideal, but not the end of the world either. Oh my god, I absolutely hate it when Terra players do that in my own games, where they're just sprinkled around the map. They're just burrowed in random locations, and all they do is just sit there, cross their fingers, and hope the entire Zerg army gets obliterated at random. And usually mine does. That's the advantage, of course, when map control goes in favor of the Terran here. Alright, well, this is definitely a fight you can take. Zerglings probably want to go around the back, though. Decides to back off. The Caster Curse. Oh, yeah. Zerglings and Banelings in the bottom right-hand corner trying to get some work done. Yeah, maybe this is just Reynor giving Clem a taste of his own medicine. It's like, let me show you why normally we don't really play Ultralisks anymore. I do think Lurkers would be a pretty good addition here. But obviously, Reynor can still add on Ghosts here as well if he really wants to. So despite the fact that Terran was well contained earlier, now all of a sudden, Reynor has taken the whole map. He's taken whatever he can. Well, not the whole map yet, but he's slow pushing through the center of it, having wave after wave of Terran unit ready to go. Question is, though, is he maybe spread a little bit too thinly? Clem does still have a large army, although I don't really know exactly where it's at. Liberators getting a lot of shots in. Marines and Marauders just... Oh my god. Ugh, that was an ugly fight for Zerg. Marines and Marauders just getting rid of all of these units. Buying a lot of time for the Liberators and the Mines to shoot more regularly. The Queen's obviously not particularly great off creep. The Ultra getting stuck on everything once again. The one hero Ultra. Transfuse. Transfuse. Eventually, though. There's still so many Widowmines. I think eventually, though, Terran will be killed. And it's not like Reynor has got that much eco either, right? Like, sure, he's got the whole map. Or he could have had, at the very least. Like, he's got a lot of command centers on his side of the map, and he could have expanded everywhere. He's only got 55 SCVs at this point. And while these trades are pretty cost efficient for him, all things considered, Clem right now is sitting at 91 workers. So his income is, yeah, got to be quite a bit better. Obviously, mules are still pretty nice. But they also go through those mineral patches a little bit quicker. Both players, by the way, still averaging over 400 actions per minute. I wonder what MMR this is. Maybe I should have asked them beforehand what their MMR was with their off races. I'm pretty sure Reynor said that his Protoss was like 6-2. I'm not exactly sure how highly ranked his Terran is. Yeah, it's probably around 6k, right? 6k at least, probably. Yeah, probably 6k as well for Clem, despite the fact that he hasn't really played a lot of Zerg. At least, I don't know if he plays a lot of off-race. I know he's pretty good at playing Protoss too, but... Burrowed Zerglings being very obnoxious. This is a proper game, though. I feel like Clem needs to add on some other units as well. Like, this is the non-spellcaster approach, which works really well. But I wouldn't mind seeing maybe a couple of Vipers added into the mix. An Infestor or two wouldn't hurt either. Especially at this point in the game, Zerg usually starts stacking up quite a bit of gas. Okay, Planetary Fortress coming up in a very nice position as well, creating an anchor for Reynor to fall back to. Widowmine drop. Okay, getting a little bit of work done, but this is apparently the moment that Clem was waiting for. He's collapsing on top of all of this Terran army. Okay, Banelings over there connecting with only a bunch of Marauders. And I think that Reynor just took a very good fight, all things considered. Probably not what he was looking for! There you go. Finally, we do see the Baneling connection. I actually do really like the burrowed Banelings. It's very nice. I feel like I've seen Clem doing more burrowed Baneling stuff here. I guess he doesn't have Widow Mines, right? I was gonna say, I feel like I've seen him do more burrowed Banelings than most of the other Zerg players ever. That's what happens when I do that! When I try to go for the perfect split, anyways. I don't even think it was retargeting. I think that the Zergling that was selected was the wrong one. It's very easy to accidentally select the wrong Zergling. Cyril seems to do it very reliably. But it's hold position, then pull the one that the little line is drawing to, and then, you know, move it out of the way before it detonates. I'm basically Clem, guys, is what I'm getting at. Basically. No, I'm pretty sure Clem would destroy me in a Zerg for the Zerg, guys. Okay. Maybe he is just built differently, you know? I mean, his nickname is already suggesting it. Corruptor's over here. Probably trying to get a little bit of work done for a bit, but it might very well be needed over here. Well, I say that. There's only one flying unit. There's one 5 health Medivac. Okay, 41 health Medivac. Even that one at this point has disappeared. Corruptors at this point apparently mostly just a magnet for the Widow Mines, but Reynor goes 2-0. If only Ultras had been 10 to 20% smaller, the game would have gone differently. You're not wrong, dude. That's what I've been suggesting. Game number 3. Match point already here for Reynor. So to just mention, they're both right around 6k MMR or so, playing with, well, I guess Terran and Zerg equivalents. Reynor said he would be, or Clem rather said he would be 6.5k or 6.5k if he decided to play Lurkers. Yeah, 6k MMR would be right around rank 1 on the North American server, maybe a little bit under. It's probably top 50 or so on the EU server. Maybe top 75. Depends on the time of the season. Early on into the season, it's much easier to be higher ranked. Later on, obviously, the MMR tends to go up. As all the good players are actually ranked. Either way, Curious Minds. Top 50, yeah, according to Reynor, that's low Grandmaster. Or, you know, below top 50 is, you know, not that good. 6K is top 16 on EU, early season these days. Yeah, seems about right. Anyways, new season has just, of course, begun in StarCraft 2 as well. Is Grandmaster League already available in the new season? I think it might be next week, right? When it's actually out. Yeah, now for the reverse sweep. I mean, so far, I'm actually very impressed with Reynor's Terran, though. I mean, in that previous game, he wasn't really looking that hot after the early game. Losing the Reaper and losing like 6 Hellions and just kind of falling behind as the game progressed. Or as like the early game progressed. But eventually, he managed to take some very good engagements and he did a good job coming back into it. So I feel like it's going to be a little bit tricky right here for Clem. I wouldn't mind seeing some more aggressive builds. Don't think it's a bad idea. Grandmaster League comes out on the 12th. Okay. There goes to Reaper. Let's see if Reynor will go 3 for 3 when it comes to losing the very first Reaper. We're gonna find out together. A little bit cautious. Doesn't want to be doesn't want to be touched right there by the Zerglings. Okay. All right. You need to know the timing, right, at which the Queen comes out. 240 or so, you need to be out of the natural, because otherwise you'll just lose it. Don't worry, he'll come back for more in just a little bit. I'ma wait here. You can see him for sure. Just a conversation between Brenda, the Queen, and the Reaper. Don't worry about it. That's messed up, man. Yeah. Going for such a quick third hatchery. Very greed. Anyways. There's a starport coming up. Do you think we're going to see the same builds 3 times in a row? I mean, to be fair, right? Knowing multiple builds for every matchup is obviously a lot of work. And especially for playing your off races, it makes sense to only really know, like, one go-to strategy. Yeah, I think we're going to see something very similar. I wouldn't mind seeing Clem play some lurkers this time around. Early game went very well last time. Mid game went pretty good as well, but then the late game looked a little bit shaky. It's because he decided to play ultras as well, right? Like, ultras are usually really good when you're ahead and you're like, you know what? I don't enjoy being ahead anymore. Now, all jokes aside, they can be useful in some scenarios, but as like the default, I think that ultras are a little bit shaky. Okay. We have a Hellion drop going into the main base. Stimpack as a follow-up as well. Supply block 2 as a follow-up, but Supply Depot does finish. There's the third CC. Only about 15 seconds or so later than we normally see it, so you know what? Not the end of the world. Okay, Hellion's in the main base though, and this is one of those killer moves that if you don't see it coming in, you're in a lot of trouble. Obviously, the Medevac is still up above as well. Maybe getting even some good Zergling shots as well. Alright, well... I was gonna say that the Medevac is still up above, but... it didn't come in for the rescue! In the end, 9 drones is good, obviously, but... Should have been 9 drones. And not a single Medevac. And not a single Hellion there. Basically Maru. The Hellion lives for at least a little while longer. So wait, we did see a very quick lair. We did see a very quick lair, but no tech. So I guess he was just a little bit late on the bailing nest. Probably wanted to go for the quick bailing speed upgrade once again. Oh god, is there a hole in that wall? No, it looked like it for a little bit. I guess Reynor felt a little bit guilty after that early game as well. They decided to give his opponent 2 SCVs there. Good guy, Reynor. Okay. Well, 1 medevac worked out great earlier for Reynor, so he's like, you know what, I'll just go ahead and build 2 this time around. I mean, what's better than 1? Okay. I don't know about this one. Did we forget an upgrade? Reynor did forget an upgrade, so that's not quite ideal. Luckily for him, he did go for the armor upgrade first. Or sorry, the attack upgrade first. It is much more important than the armor upgrade. Evo chambers. Pretty late once again, but nothing out of the ordinary. Now this map is very wide open, especially the third base. So it's actually quite difficult for Terran to position their units correctly. It's very easy to accidentally get overwhelmed here by the Zerg. Bailing speed is gonna be here very early, but these upgrades once again are so late. Like we're now coming up on 7 minutes. He's got the Evos done. There you go. There they do start up. There's the +1 armor upgrade as well for Reynor. One Zergling on the watchtower. Not meant for this world. Did have a couple of SCVs apparently rolled to death over here. Although, oh god. Those banelings may have very well been needed at home. It's a lot of Marines over here, actually. This is very dangerous. Yeah, nice targeting right there as well by Reynor. Getting rid of the one baneling that was in that mix. And actually, this group of Marines right now can accidentally win the game. Okay, there's the banelings coming from the other side of the map. Good targeting as well for a little bit, but... Alright, Reynor using the army hotkey as well. He's like, wait a second. Let me bring the rest of my troops. God, they're going everywhere around this little debris. Some on the high ground, some on the low ground, some on the back, some in the front. Big Zergling run by. And this is what I mean, right? This map is wide open, so it's really hard to actually cover all of the bases. Looks like even the siege tank that was over there. Is that the one that's over here right now? Yeah, that's the one that you usually don't want to pull out of position. It's very easy to be like, well, I think I can just go win the game, and then you unsiege all of the tanks that are set up in key locations, and, you know, you don't actually end up winning the game. Clem at this point on 22 worker kills. Ooh, almost grabbing one of the siege tanks, but Reynor did get the pickup there just barely in time. Joke's on you, Clem. There's no SCVs to kill over at the third base. He's going in for the wraparound right here on the siege tank, engaging this army off creep. Looks like it is going to be enough. Reynor really wants to target fire down the banelings, and he's doing so really well. Oh my god. Now he's just showing off. In classical Terran micro fashion, in the meantime, he was up to like 800 minerals. Ah, same can be said for Clem. As Zerg right there, the micro is mostly just attack move and hope for the best. +2/+2 never started up for Terran. +2/+2 is starting right now for Clem for the first time. Oh my god. For the first time in this game. Before the opponent. The boys have been pulled. The command center is nowhere to be seen. Did he kill the command center? I didn't even consider the fact he could kill one. Yeah, he did kill the orbital command. All you need to do is just make banelings. Just make a bunch of banelings and kill the boys. Queen's obviously here at the front as well. There's only a little bit of splash damage here for the Terran player. Just one siege tank. And as long as you don't accidentally blow up your own banes, pretty sure that this is a win right here for the Zerg player. Yeah, the map is very difficult to play right here for Terran. I mean, it's really not, but you need to know exactly what you're doing, right? So GG is cold. And it means that Clem puts a point on the board. I'm sure if you were to ask Reynor, though, he did that on purpose just to make a show, right? Just to make sure that we've got ourselves a proper best-of-5 series. Doing it for the fans. I'm sure if you ask him. Like Reynor's asking, do you like my build? It's self-made. 2,000 atmospheres. There you go. My favorite part about that build was when he went for the Hellion drop in the main base and then lost the 3 Hellions and the medevac. That was... I don't think that was necessarily part of the build order itself, but that was very good. There we go. Ah, I was still setting up the scoreboard. Clearly not as professional as a caster as some of these people that cast all the time on Twitch. See? I even messed it up. Anyways. Usually when I get to do my YouTube casts, I sit here for like 5 seconds. I like set the scoreboard up. I drink a little bit of coffee or a little bit of water or tea or whatever. And then... we continue onwards. Can I tell you guys one thing that is extremely annoying when you cast games on Twitch and when you don't realize that's what you're doing? This is one thing that Wardy pointed out to me once upon a time, a long time ago, and I've never been able to unsee it ever since. Okay, so if you like to watch cast on Twitch, just be prepared. This is gonna be annoying. Okay. So every once in a while when you cast games on Twitch, because you usually cast so many in a row, you forget to set the correct scoreboard. So usually what you do is you have the player that spawns in the top section of the map, in the top section of the scoreboard, as well as the production tab and all of the other different tabs. And it's very easy to accidentally cast games like this. It's very annoying. I don't like it. Having the red player in the top part of the screen or the top part of the map means they have to be in the top part of the scoreboard as well, but it's very easy to accidentally... And you probably never noticed this. I didn't either until Wardy told me about this a long time ago. And ever since then, I've not been able to unsee it. Anyways. I wonder if we're going to see another self-made build right here from Reynor. What do you do on Blackburn? I asked Rotti about this. And Rotti, I believe, said, since we read from left to right and from top to bottom, the player in the bottom left needs to be on the top of the scoreboard. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That's what you do, apparently, on Blackburn. But on Blackburn, since you spawn horizontally, I feel like the other one is not as bad. But yeah, that was 200 IQ by Rotti. I agree. It makes sense, right? It does make sense. Most people probably read from left to right. At least most people that watch... What does that word mean again, chat? Actually, no. Don't tell me. Pretty sure you can't. No, chat. It's a family-friendly show. Oh my god, no. Okay. I like how they're getting chattier as the game progresses. Wasn't even close. No, I don't think that was very close at all, dude. Fun fact, actually, Reynor likes to lube up all of his Reapers with Vaseline as they come out of the barracks. This is something he told me in private. Oh god, that was very slippery though. I feel like that was a full surround right there against that little wall over there, but... Anyways. Third command center coming up right now. This time... He mispositioned the factory on the reactor. Nicely done. I hate it when that happens, man. There's like so many things that when you watch enough pro games, it doesn't happen. Like you don't see the top level pro players. First kill on a Reaper in 4 games. Well done. Did he get a Zergling? I guess so. Yeah. You normally don't see like the mispositioned structures very often, right? It happens from time to time, but I'm keeping it off. That Reaper, it's a precious one. It's getting a medal and everything. Yeah, bring it. He's actually brought it back. Good idea, good idea. Better make sure it doesn't die. That guy deserves a medal. At some point, the all army hotkey will probably be pressed on accident, and then it'll still wander forward anyways. Nicely done. You know what? Clem making some progress here. Do we not go tech labs here? We don't like... We just... Alright. What are we even spending money on then? So he went for a very quick third command center. We're going for an armory right now as well. Okay, so there's the tech lab. I think it was just a little bit late on it. Fair enough. Tech labs, more like keck labs. Yeah, this is a well-made build so far. A DIY Terran build. Hitting a massive supply block at this point as well, though. Supply deep was only just now starting up. He is stuck at 69 out of 69, so there's that. No, not again. Guys, not again. That's the... No, it's the third time. Instantly hits the supply block at 77 as the next... No. As the supply depot's finished up there. Luckily, he made 2. Needs to start up a couple more right away, though. Like, we finished 2. That doesn't mean you're done making supply depots now. We need to start up a couple more once again. For Zerg, you don't even have to pull any workers for it, man. You just kind of, like, put them down. Alternatively, you can lose units. But if he doesn't start up supply depots here very soon, he's going to hit another block. And I think he's going to hit another block. Yeah, he's just, he's not making... Okay, there we go. He's hitting another supply block. He's like, we can't produce that. Hellbat drop inside of the main base. The DIY Terran player comes back once again. Clem has been showing the same build 3 games in a row, where he goes for the quick bailing nest and the quick bailing speed. So he should be totally okay against this sort of thing. Luckily here, the queen does get sacrificed. At the same time, there is a bit of a push over here at the front as well, but the queen should be able to make short work of that. I don't like this build nearly as much as the one that Reynor was playing in the first 2, man. I do like that he's actually mixing it up, though. Don't get me wrong. I feel like I've seen Spore Crawlers in this series so far kill like 4 Medivacs. They're here to like defend against Liberators and Banshees and that sort of thing, but they've actually killed mostly Medivacs so far, which is really quite impressive. Zergling run by, though, towards the other side of the map. Clem at this point had a very healthy amount of resources over here. There's like 4 mules available as well, and those are all like 300 minerals each. Couple of slow Bailey boys as well, but they're going to finish up with their bailing speed upgrade very soon. Wall upgrade, or wall, not quite available here for the Terran player just yet. And I've got a feeling that this is not the end of the SCV aggression just yet. It's a lot more of those workers going down, I'm sure. There you go. Yeah, it's an absolute disaster. That's way too many workers for this stage in the game. And I think that means we are going to game 5. Now, if I were to make a prediction, I mean, he doesn't want to give up. He's like, I've got mules. I'm Terran. I can make magical, like, I can conjure minerals from high heavens. I would be very surprised if Reynor doesn't play the exact same build that he did in game number 1 and game number 2 and game number 5. I mean, he can stay in here for a little while longer. It's just that he also didn't really do any damage on the other side of the map, right? It's not like Clem, he's making 1 drone just for good measure. It's not like Clem is in a weird spot here either. He's actually gonna stick here for, or stay here for a little while longer. A lot of juicy SCVs available at the 3rd. I think if there would have been a group of links over here, I'm pretty sure Reynor would have GG'd out. Anyways, another DIY Terran build. Hellbats at the front, Hellbats in the Medivac. Or I guess Hellions in the Medivac transformed into Hellbats. Good question. Did the Reaper... No, the Reaper did not survive. I think the Reaper was probably somewhere in the natural during that Ling run by. Reynor did just put pretty much all of his units in the Medivacs to take control of the Watchtower, which is top priority at this point. But while this is happening... Oh god. That one Widowmine killed a bunch of stuff, but I think it includes a couple of SCVs as well. 11 kills to its name. GG. We're going to game 5. Morty Lux actually brings up an excellent point. So far, in the games where Reynor lost the scouting Reaper, he won the game eventually. And in the games where he kept it alive, he lost. Alright, we'll be paying very close attention to that unit. See if there's a theme that, you know, if he loses the scouting worker, if he win, you know, there's definitely there's definitely some time. So, yeah, Reynor did mention that in one of the games he was going to be playing the Gape Special. I'm not exactly sure what the Gape Special is, but it's something that Hero Marine plays, I suppose. You know what I could do? Camp it up and make you be late for the EPT. The ESL Pro Tour. There's the ESL Weekly going on right now. Smart. So like I said, I wanted to do this event a little bit earlier on into the day, but apparently Clem sleeps until like 5 in the afternoon, so we couldn't, you know, we couldn't do this any earlier. Not talking anymore, are we, kid? The little automaton bot blocked my base for 5 seconds. If I lose, that'll be why. Yeah, the cleaning bots can actually, like... They can be so busy hoovering the natural expo, like vacuum cleaning everything around here, that they, like, actually hang out there in the center for a bit. It's pretty bad, okay? Like, I think the map creators have gotten a little bit carried away with the amount of, you know, little cleaning bots that they've got around. Anyways, apparently, according to Reynor, he's the excuse king. Or he's saying, excuse you, king? I don't know. Probably not what he's saying. Anyways, depends on the comma, I suppose. No, Reynor doesn't usually play these ESO Open Cups. Thanks for telling me it was hatched first, by the way. Yes, good guy, Reynor. Do Zerg players really have other build orders, huh? I forgot to scout. Do Zerg players really go... I guess they can go pool first as well, and then eventually go for a hatch, right? But that, you know, requires a little bit more practice. Eventually, the Reaper is going across. Alright, we'll have to pay very close attention. Let's see if this Reaper dies. If the Reaper dies, I think it's safe to assume that Reynor then wins the game, right? Oof. Grenading his own Reaper. Not ideal. Does he get a Zergling? He's trying to. Not happening. There goes the drone. Very ambitious. Killed a Zergling at least. Yeah. Oh. Second Zergling? Yeah. 2 links. Well, may as well GG out right now, Reynor. No, maybe not. Maybe not. I think that's actually pretty good for him. GG. The offensive GG. Is this a Clem Reaper? Yeah, Clem's very good at the Reaper control. I like how in the first 2 games they were a little bit quiet. And they're like, you know what? Let's have some fun. This doesn't mean you should be offensively GGing in your games, though. Probably worth noting. I'm just saying, like, he did get the tumor there too, yeah. Very good opener. I thought for a second this was a very quick third gas. But it's just a second gas instead of the natural. This is something, obviously, that Clem can see with the OV if he scoots a little bit over there. So far, I don't think Clem is actually going to adjust his build order. Should be going for the lair and the bailing nest relatively soon. I'm just setting up for a normal game. You're saying I won't get Reynor's MMR just by being cheeky in the chat? You can try. You can try. All right. So 2 queens coming up. Just, yeah, keeping up the defensive play here. So not really any deviations. Reynor going back to the good old standard, though. So if we're going to see a more late-game focused match, which is, I think, what Clem is going for, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he decides to go Lurkers. Because Ultras seem to be a little bit shaky here so far. So there's the bailing nest and the lair once again. Spore crawlers are coming up. Just in case of liberators and all that. It's not happening, though. It's a very quick third command center right here and straight into a... Oh, there's one liberator out, actually. My bad. Anyways, he is gone, or he has gone for a very quick reactor right there on the starport as well. Actually getting some damage in. Normally you start up the spores at 430, and I think he started his at like 445 or something. Which does make a bit of a difference, but there should be enough defense here. I jinxed it. Yeah, that's the caster curse. Ooh. It's that moment where you could have actually committed, but you don't know, right, as Terran. Like, you could have probably killed a lot of stuff there, but you don't actually know. He needs to get one good hit right here on these links. Queen ends up going down. Very dangerous spot for these Hellions to idle, by the way. Liberator in the main base, still being an absolute nuisance. 7 kills on it so far. I do think it'll go down eventually. Okay, apparently the Hellions have decided to go straight into the natural expo. Are we getting a little bit overly ambitious right now, Reynor? Because there has been a pretty good... Where'd all the Zerglings go? Okay, never mind. I guess he must have gotten a good hit on one of those Zergling groups earlier, and now all of a sudden he's going into the main base as well, getting a good amount of kills in. I think like half of those kills were by the Liberator, though. So it's very easy to look at this and think like you're super far ahead. And don't get me wrong, it is a good position here for Terran, but it's not like all of those units came for free. And at this point, there's not really a whole lot you can do here as Terran for a while. You can obviously go for a medevac drop if you really want to, but as far as like major pushes go, Terran is not going to be able to do so for at least a bit. Yeah, the Zerglings actually also hurt here. Like the fact that not just 14 drones ended up going down, but also 39 links. That is very significant. Anyways, what I'm getting at is that it's very easy to overestimate the advantage, I suppose. He won, the Reaper died. Not the same thing. Alright. Fourth hatchery. Already done. I think this is the time to drone up, though. We've seen non-stop Zergling production here for quite some time. So he's going to be at, like, well, 70 Zerglings here. God, he's going to have a lot of them. 24 more coming up. Baneling speed just about to finish. He didn't start up any Evo Chamber upgrades. Only made one Evo Chamber as well. Either he's anticipating a push here very soon from the Terran player, which could happen. Or he's going to go for, like, a big run-by while simultaneously defending. Yeah, he's just making a ton of army. Alright. So, one of the medevacs currently on the left side of the map, full of units. Widowmine over here, not getting anything done. Fourth command center will be cancelled. So, there's Terran armies on the flanks of the map. On the left as well as on the right. Okay, once again, this Widowmine also not really getting a whole lot done either. There's been non-stop unit production here for a long time here by Clem, and I was a little bit doubting it, right? I didn't think it was a very good idea, but so far it seems to be working out very well for him. Getting a ton of workers. At the same time, though, the Terran army has finally arrived. This medevac over here, okay, at the very least he popped one more of the banelings, but this medevac over here, not getting that much done. A lot of drones, though, were killed over in this expansion as well. Clem only at 37 workers right now, adding on a couple of new ones. Reinforcing Marines are available at this point for Reynor. Okay, second factory there did end up going down, but at the very least this time around he didn't lose the command center. That's something. Okay. Both players taking a lot of hits, and obviously with a triple CC start and such low economies, it is pretty nice. Assuming you drop the mules. There's a lot of energy in those command centers. Guess he wants to have at least a couple of scans available, but I feel like a couple more mules probably wouldn't hurt. No mule, no money. He still has a good amount of SCVs here regardless. Okay. Got a feeling the third base will go down. Really no way here. Okay, Stim has already been used. He's already pre-splitting the Marines as well. Obviously, he's standing on a bunch of creep tumors, though, so Clem can see that happening. +2/+2, just about to finish up here as well. Oh, God. Oh, nice micro, though. Very nice control. He is once again hitting... Actually, no, never mind. He would have hit a bit of a supply block here if he wouldn't have lost a bunch of units just now. I guess that was all part of the strategy. One way of preventing you from making any supply depots. Okay, Widowmine drop coming in. But without that speed barrow upgrade, I mean, we saw the factory going down, right? The one with the tech lab. Not much you're going to be able to get done. Fourth command center, though. Starts up for the second time. 2 supply depots with hats over here at the front. Okay. Clem doesn't have a whole lot of supply anymore, but he does have a pretty sizable army. If he can get work done over at the third base, that would be nice, but there are Widow Mines available. Okay. Oh, God. You know what? Those Widow Mines are dealing more damage to the SCVs than to anything else. SCVs, though, for the most part, still live with, like, 1 health. A little bit dangerous. Widow Mine drop over in the natural expansion of the Zerg player as well, but that one is also defended. Medevac goes down. Yeah. I mean, there needs to be some sort of follow-up, right? And that's exactly what he's going for right now. Those SCVs were never held back up. But reinforcing Terran units are going to prevent that from being an absolute disaster. Clem playing Ling Bane on 48. Oh, God. 48 units. 1 Widow Mine. Okay. Ooh, retargeting right there by Reynor, trying to get the perfect hit. The other Zerglings from the other side of the map trying to come back in for more. Reynor trying to see if he can potentially kill this newly acquired fourth base of the Zerg player as well. And I've got a feeling, love the addition of the siege tank here, that is going to work out. Looks like I did miss a little baneling roll by over here, but not a ton of damage done. Both of those Widow Mines now 19 and 13 kills respectively. Fourth command center, no planetary fortress yet, but good pull right there on the SCVs. Nicely done here by Reynor. God. Oh. 29, 24. Widow Mines are pretty good, eh? Yeah, he's been microing against them as well, but they've been getting a little bit of value. Not bad. Supply block once again. 4 new depots, though, are coming up. Council right there on the hatch. He's like, you know what? I could also lose some of those units that worked out perfectly earlier. And at this point, I mean, we're talking 3-base Zerg economy versus 4-base Terran. You don't have to be a mathematician to figure out what usually happens in those scenarios. Unless there's going to be some sort of massive baneling hits, I don't really see this happening right now, okay? Clem going in for a final engagement. Mostly off creep as well. Great splitting right there by Reynor. And that does mean he obtains the victory in this best-of-5 series. And with that, €200. Nice. GG's.
Hello?
Yo! What's up, man?
Good, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on or if you can hear me properly.
Yeah, no, I can hear you great now, man. This is much better.
Yeah, I feel like I'm underwater, but yeah, this will do.
No, you sound great on my end, man. So I had like Twitch chat ask questions, right? So I have 10 questions for you. I don't know.
They must be very smart.
Yeah, they're very clever.
Listen, man, I can't hear you very well, so you gotta.
How do I improve
scream a bit. You gotta scream a bit, okay, Loco?
Okay. Here, I'll copy paste the question in Discord too, okay?
Yeah. That's a good. Is a hot dog a sandwich? No, I think sandwich and hot dog are 2 different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure though?
Yeah.
Okay. Most people say it's because of like slices of bread and stuff, but I think it is the right answer. Yeah, I think it's correct.
They're 2 different things.
Okay.
Absolutely.
How many hours do you play per day?
It depends. Depends on what I have to do and what tournaments I have to play. Most of the time it's around 2 hours a day.
2? Really?
Yeah, 2, 3. Nothing too special.
Okay. So you used to play more than that, right?
Yeah. When I was still improving, I used to play a bit more, like 4 or 5.
Okay. So you just changed it recently?
Yeah, because I don't feel like I need to work as on much stuff as I used to. And, it's just little things that I need to improve. Playing 8 hours a day of ladder is pointless. After a while, your brain doesn't work anymore. Obviously, I can still improve, but it's not... Like, it's different, from when you start and right now. I know what to work and stuff, so it's a lot different. Like, it's... Yeah, 2-3 hours is the best for me.
All right. So after that series, how do you feel about the Terran tools?
Yeah, they're not bad, man. The mines, the mines unit, it's actually not too bad. When it kills all of the Zerg army in one go.
I saw the mines in the last game at the 3rd base. They had like 40 kills each.
Yeah. The kid is expecting me to not micro my units for some reason.
Yeah, you're retargeting and stuff, right?
Yeah, he was splitting and he was just sending one link. I was like, nope, not today. Boom. And that was a good mine.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet. All right, this one I think is maybe a little bit different, but best starter Pokemon.
I'm not too big on Pokemons, man. Like, I used to play it a bit, and I used to play Pokemon Go a bit.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, that's pretty
Wait, you
much
didn't play any of the Game Boy games? I guess not, right? Or like any of the like actual console ones?
I played the Nintendo ones a bit.
Yeah, fair enough. Good answer, says Twitch Chat. Screw Pokemon. All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Not a fan of the Pokemon cards either. You know, there's this,
I know that's like the cool thing to do
going on.
now, right? Spend too much money on Pokemon cards.
I don't
know.
think it's that cool, Loco.
No, I have, like, I used to have them back in the day, but I don't have them anymore either. I have no idea.
So you improved your life.
My mom always said, like, when I was a kid that I shouldn't spend my money on that. But now some of the cards are worth a lot of money, though, so I don't know.
They are indeed.
All right, this is a great question I got from someone. They ask, how bad would you lose to Loko in a 1v1 of Zerg versus Zerg?
Oh, I would stand no chance. We all know Loco is built different, like truly built different, and the guy just doesn't lose games. I would be terrified. I would feel terror in my bones going up against Loco. I don't think I could move a finger. Just if I had to see the Loco's name on the loading screen, I would be frozen. You know, I couldn't move a finger.
You only have like 2,000 MMR on me. It's fine.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this is about, but someone, or like not someone, like 10 people asked if you still love Harry Potter. I don't know what this is. I feel like this is some meme.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, there you go. Whoever asked that question, there's like 10 people that asked.
Yeah, I know who asked it. Wait, is this going on YouTube?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to make you lose money, Loco.
Oh, no, I'll bleep. That's fine. I can edit.
Yeah.
All right, someone really wanted to know, after I made fun of League of Legends at Stay at Home Story Cup, did you get the Diamond League?
Do you want the honest answer?
Yes.
Yeah, I was close to it.
So no?
I was definitely close to it, Loco.
All right.
What can I say? That's a rough game, you know. That game is not for everyone. Apparently, I'm lacking something that I can't quite figure out what. Yeah. It's rough. It's just rough out there.
I played some as well, man. Like the teammates are hard. You got to deal with teammates and stuff.
Yeah. I believe it's the team. Oh, sorry again. It's the teammates. It has to be the teammates. Like I'm playing perfectly, and yeah,
right.
I'm still losing. I know I'm just playing perfectly though.
Yeah, you can't carry that hard, right?
Yeah, it's impossible.
All right, this one is one that I also am interested in myself. How do you defeat Skytles if you suck at the game?
I mean, you just not easy. Even defeating Skytles if you're good at the game is hard. Imagine sucking at it.
Yeah, like imagine
Skytles.
having like 300 APM max. What would you do?
It's rough. What do you usually do, Loco?
I lose usually.
All right. Yeah, I don't see.
Usually I like make like 100 spore crawlers, and then at some point they find like some weakness somewhere, and then I die.
Yeah, I've seen you play Hydra Infestor against Skytos.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it's the play. I've tried it myself, you know. I was like, okay, if Loco plays it, then it must be good. And I tried it, and I lost 50 MMR.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
It's rough out there.
But when I play Corruptors, I get them stormed or I fly them over an Archon or whatever, you know?
Yeah, you gotta do the Loco maneuver.
Yeah. I don't know why this is named after me, by the way.
No one knows, but it's like every time
Hearthstone called it that. I don't know.
Yeah, every time we see it, we're like, oh, the Loco maneuver.
It's when you fly in the Corruptors, right?
Yeah, you power bomb and then you fly the Corruptors into the carriers.
Yeah.
So the power bomb kills the interceptors. It's very smart.
For some reason, this is named after me. I think it was Dimaga that did it for the first time, but I'll take full credit. That's
yeah, it's the Loco maneuver now.
Yeah.
The Dimaga maneuver doesn't sound as good.
No, exactly. All right, this one is in the same category as the hot dog one, but is cereal a soup?
What? No. Like cereal, only cereal?
Yeah, but like you have cold soups, you know?
Yeah, but cereal is not no way. It's not a soup. If you put milk in it, maybe. Like you could maybe consider it a soup.
Wait, how do you usually eat cereal?
Raw cereal.
Oh, you just no. Like cereal as in like milk and then cereal.
Okay.
Or maybe well, actually, let's get specific. Cereal first and then milk, not the other way around. Milk first is crazy.
Okay. So yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, if you're into shitty soups, then you can consider it a soup.
All right, fair enough. Okay, and then I have one more. A couple people asked your opinion on Age of Empires 4.
Yeah, I absolutely despise the game just because every time I stream, there's always that one guy in my chat and it's like, go Age of Empires 4. Like they don't even ask it. They're like they're pretending that I play the game. And that really makes me hate it.
Yeah, alright, fair enough. So you haven't played it?
No, I was gonna try it, but then it was too complicated. I wanted to get a discount on the game, but I couldn't.
Right. Couldn't
Yeah,
afford it, right.
Yeah. So I decided to not spend 60 euros into a game that I'm probably gonna play one game of.
Fair enough. Alright, man, that's all 10.
Alright.
Thanks for playing, dude. That was fun.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure owning the kid, showing him who's the boss. Lost a couple of games for banter. Lost a couple of Reapers for banter.
Yeah, you actually won the games where you lost the Reapers. Did you know that?
Yeah, I figured that out in the end.
Yeah, the first 2 games you lost your Scouting Reaper and then you instantly won.
Yeah, it was not even close, was it?
Yeah, the game number 3 and 4 were interesting build orders. That's
Yeah, those are self-made by me.
very high quality.
Yeah,
I like the one with the Hellion drop, and then you did a lot of damage, and then you lost everything to a 4 crawler.
Yeah. It's part of the build. Suiciding the Medivac because you don't need it. Part of the build.
Yeah, the DIY Terran builds. That's good.
Yeah, it's the Terran the Reynor variation.
Anyways, man, thank you very much. That was good.
Yeah, thank you, Loco, for inviting me, and yeah, see you.
Yo, talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.